Well, good day there, boys and girls. Welcome back to another episode of Traplines and Inlines. Usually I'd love to tell you she's a beauty day up in the bush, because almost always, it's a beautiful day up in the bush, right? Nothing about this is a joyous occasion. It's not even that nice of a day out either, friends. She's like 30 below and blowing. It's pretty chilly. It's pretty brutal. Not much getting done around here for a minute. I'm sitting up in the bush with COVID, for Christ's sake. Well, I just had it a couple months ago, but I most definitely have it now, and it's not that fun. I've been still trying to get stuff done around here, but it's not been too good. I cannot even read. I got kind of headache and real a hell of a fever. I might as well tell you, you'll probably ask. Quite a hell of a fever, actually, to be truthful with you, for a few days, and it's holding on still, like I've been fevered up since nearly a week. And when you have the COVID, you know it's COVID when your throat just burns like hell. You can hardly swallow. That's what I've noticed the 2 times I had. Makes it a hell of a time drinking whiskey. It's not been too terrible bad, like it's nothing to worry about, but I'm a little bit under the weather and been hanging out around camp. Anyway, this is something that I gotta finally discuss here. A real catastrophe, a real shit show that happened here. And yeah, I have to talk about it because I imagine it affects quite a few people, and that's the worst part about it. Now, I'm making this video here because it's going to be helpful for a lot of people thinking about starting a Teespring account if they are, because a lot I'm going to say should discourage you, actually. But the big thing is here, I think I got a lot of viewers that have been affected by very poor merchandise that I'm just finding out about here. And it really is a catastrophe for me here, and we'll get to that later. I have the merch for the channel, and I've had it for probably a couple years or whatever, right? And originally I just did it all in-house and did all the packaging and shipped them off. I had them on eBay and I did all the shipping myself. And the real problem with that was, like, all of a sudden it was to scale enough, and this was a long time ago. This channel was a fraction of what it is now. But I had to ship orders, like every day. And I would have to leave the bush in some kind of frequency. Like, I couldn't just stay up here for so long and let all these orders go, or it's taken too long to get anywhere. Like, especially being in Canada and most of my orders going to the States. It's a lot of shipping time because our shipping is quite a bit slower. There's not as much infrastructure in this country, mainly because of low population, that it takes a lot longer to move through this country. It's also a lot more expensive. Here in Canada, it's a huge disadvantage for anyone trying to do online sales or shopping, and that's such a huge part of what life is today that it's a real downside. So, and also, like, as much as I didn't mind doing it, and you kind of enjoy it for the longest time, is like, I don't want to be packing boxes all day or making orders on merch and figuring that out, and then it's where do you store it and this and that, and you're out of one size before the other, and it's all of a sudden it's a lot of work and it takes away from everything else. As someone who's on YouTube all the time, you see all these channels, they have the Teespring merch accounts. And I had bought from Teespring before. And I knew lots of people with Teespring accounts, and it was so generally widely accepted like on YouTube and so commonly used that I expected a lot more than I got from them, really, honestly. So when I ran out of merch, I went over to Teespring and figured I'd give it a whirl, and if it came back to scale, a large enough respect it was worth organizing back at home again, I would do such when I had more time to think about that. Well, I'm gonna take Tylenol here. This isn't the most pleasant thing ever, I'll tell you that. The first mistake that I made was I assumed I found it just so painfully obvious that if I was going to outsource it to Teespring and they were to have it in a far more centralized location as per my viewer base, you know, having a warehouse in the States, that they would be able to ship it faster and get it to the people before I could, living in the middle of nowhere, Saskatchewan, right? Like I'm in the middle of the bush. I have to come out of the middle of the bush, go to the local post office, which has to ship to a bigger center, which then just takes forever. Got to come across the border, clear customs. No. Wait time on processing, it just all of a sudden was so painfully bad. Orders were taking way longer than I thought, like 2 weeks before they were shipped. Well, that is pathetic. And the shipping costs are not great. Not terrible, but the structure of it is painful. Buy a sweater from a store, they charge you a flat rate, and then it's a smaller increase for the number you get of the same thing. If you order a different design sweater from the same store, they charge you that fixed price again. It's not right. It's stupid. Okay, now along the way there's been a few annoyances. They weren't big enough issues for me to chew the nose off my own face, but this is. Look at this shit. When I first started the account, like I've ordered quite a bit of merch from my own account, and obviously I have to test the quality and see what things look like and the different things, and I wanted to buy them, of course. Like my coffee cups are really good. They've been really good. That one's kind of messy and it's actually scraped up and cracked, but they've been good, you know, like they're good quality cups and the printing's good. It does not wash off them. The hats, really good. They're good quality. Stitching's good. Looks good. I think I have 5 of these shirts. Now, I've had them over a year, and they're wore out is what they are. Like, they got holes in them. Maybe not this one. But what they are is the first shirt I grab after I do the laundry every time. So they're the most used, and they've kind of faded and lost color. But, you know, that's probably been through the wash. You know, probably 50, 60 times. Probably. Like, I wear the shit out of them. And, you know, hard work, just wear them every day. So, been very good. They're good quality shirts. I have another sweater I had bought before. And, it's good too. No problem, right? No problem. Good quality sweater. Printing is good. Okay. Now, here's the thing. I flip through a lot of comments on the YouTube channel. I actually do. There's no way I can see them all. There's so many. I like to look at a few things. One of the big reasons I flip through a lot of YouTube comments is because I want to see if anything's went wrong. Because if something's went wrong in the video, or there's something I need to know about, whether it be merch or this or that or whatever else, I'm going to hear about it in the comment section. So it's a valuable resource for me quite often to flip through there. And it puts my mind at ease. Make sure there's nothing wrong with the video. Something's cut out or I missed something, you know. So, you know, I'll quickly flip through there. Only one comment I have seen. Only one single comment I've seen about this, so I'm slightly hopeful, but I'm not. Is that I had one guy say, you know, I put this sweater through the wash, and all of a sudden the logo's peeling clean off it. And I read that, and I said, "What the hell?" So that happened, and I helped him along. I said, "We contact. I got to get you to do it." You know, so you have your order number and they can issue the replacement or the refund. And I didn't think much of it, honestly. Maybe I should have thought more of it. Got the replacement, all was fine and dandy. Nothing for a few months, right? It was nothing more. And that's, you know, I still looking through comments. I'm still not seeing anything about it. But I was like, maybe it's a one-off or something is... Who knows, right? Here's the heartbreaking part of this. So then I ordered 6 of the same shirt. They're just the logo, the sweater. They're just the logo design like this. And I put my camera here and I showed him in the video. And I just felt so fucking terrible because it was only a couple days after I posted that video that they started all fucking coming apart. Like, bad. It's bad. Anyway, the first thing I do is I take all the ads private for every piece of clothing that's getting printed so that they can't be bought until we figure it out. So I contact Teespring. I'm in discussion with this person and it's brutal. You know, I'm not just trying to talk them through this. I say, look, I need to know when you've changed something. How long has this been going on for? I need to know what happened so that that caused this to happen, because I need to track down how many people have been sent these poor orders, and we got to start issuing refunds because this is a joke. Well, you know what I get? No response. And it's not that I put it rude or anything. Like, I'm trying to deal with them. I'm not trying to piss people off and rage. But I get no response is what I get. So I had to contact him again. So all this takes a lot of time because I'm not getting a response. It's a long conversation. I'm only getting a response every 2 days, and I am some kind of frustrated here for a long period of time, trying to deal with these guys. Like, and no one knows what's going on, right? Like, I'm trying to figure out when you change something in production so I can figure out how long back I gotta look, because I don't see these things coming through. Like, this is their responsibility. And I thought someone who sells as many thousand, million, knows how to put a logo on a thing. It's gone. Like, they're coming apart in the wash. So I bought 6 of these sweaters. This one has kite hair on it. 3 of them look like this. Half of them. I already showed you the blue one. Now 3 of them are also totally fine. See? That one's just perfect. See, this one also, you know, them are good. They're fucking dirty though. Like, tell me when it's changed, what's went wrong, did you hire someone stupid? Like, who's running the ship here? So I was just so frustrated and so dumbfounded as to how a company of this standard, that ever is so common across YouTube. You see them everywhere. They're advertising everywhere as like, their number one thing is being a t-shirt, sweater, you know, cannot put the logo on the thing. It's brutal. Now, here's the thing. I get all these shirts and then I look back and I wonder how many people I have gotten this terrible, terrible product that's coming back, and I just feel so bad about it. Like, here I am essentially promoting the thing, and they're coming apart on me. Like, I feel so bad about it. No, I couldn't give a flying shit about these 3 sweaters. Like, it don't mean anything to me. But the only thing I'm thinking about is how many sweaters I've sold through that store that have showed up faulty to people on my channel who are just trying to be kind and supportive and buy my stuff, and they turn out like this. Like, it's a fucking embarrassment. A company like this can't figure out how to put the thing on the shirt. And now it's my reputation on the line. Now, what I end up doing, getting replacements for these 3, do I have hope for them? I don't know. I tell you what I don't have hope for anymore, and that's Teespring. I've had enough grief, and this is the final straw. Like, if I'm not seeing these things, obviously they're not doing any quality control. You're telling me 50% of my order is ruined, and that's a mistake or a coincidence, and it's happened before? No. Something is wrong. And that's what I told them. This is not no accident. It's not no nothing. This is just terrible. This is a poorly run business is what it is. So originally I thought, well, I'll get rid of that and try and figure this out. And I left like the hats and the cups and all that stuff that wasn't that kind of printing alone. Left them up there still, but I just took them all off. Like, there's no way I can have any more faith in these guys after they've done this to me. Like, I feel just so bad. And I really haven't seen any other comments on this. I really haven't. What I'm so worried about here, guys, is that everyone, because my supporters are so damn nice and like all the time, it's like they probably just didn't say anything to be nice. It's like friends here of the show have just tried to be nice or wanted the merch or whatever, and it showed up looking like this. Like, it's not worth a damn. Now, I've always tried to keep the cost of merch, like, it's never been high. Like, my margins are not super high. Like, I'm not trying to make a shitload of money off everybody, but I've always wanted it there as an option. You know, my merch has always been pretty decent price, which makes me feel a little bit better, but still, like, I wasn't selling those sweaters for too much. Like, they were not expensive by any means, which makes me, but still, it's just brutal. Like, I wanted everyone to have just top quality stuff, and that's what I thought I was getting. That's the last thing I was holding on to with Teespring. I knew I had annoyed me a bit in the past, and I didn't like that the orders took a while to, but I thought genuinely, because this stuff and my old stuff was just good quality, that we were selling good quality stuff for not a lot of money. But that's out the window. Like, it's a disaster here for me. Probably think I sound like I'm overreacting, but I just can't help but think of all these sweaters that I've sold that have probably went out bad. If 50% of these are ruined, or 50% of the sweater, like, that's a huge number. Now, all I can hope is that I haven't got a lot of comments because there hasn't been a lot, but I know that's just being naive. There could be more than 50%. It's just as likely, and that's bad. I wanted to put this video out, one, because I do want to warn about Teespring. Two, because I want to be able to get refund and replacement to everybody that's got faulty merchandise. And three, because I want to hear the feedback from my viewers. I'm going to leave a comment. It'll be the first comment in the comment section. It's gonna say if you had any issue with merchandise, whether any issue with it, leave it underneath. I'd like to know how much has happened. But also, the big thing is, these guys are obligated to send you a replacement, and if the replacement or refund, right, they have to. That's what they did for me. We did that for the other person that had trouble. We had it set up. The same thing happened. Here's how you get a refund, though. It's really quite easy. A replacement if you've had faulty merchandise. When you go on to the Teespring website, there's an icon on the bottom right corner. I'll probably put up a picture of something here in the video. You click on that, you can start a conversation with that. It's just texting. You tell them your issue, send them a picture of the issue, and they have to send you back. I'll also include an email address that you can contact them here, and all the same, it'll be a quick and easy process. They'll write you up, no problem. Any problem with that either, you talk to me. I want to know about it. I really want to know about that. So, like, that's about it. Like, it's a terrible thing. Like, it was a nightmare. I could not believe it. Everyone around me had to listen to me bitch about it for days. I was just sour, and that don't happen often, but it's just the worst feeling in the world when you realize you've given bad things to good people. Like, I thought that it was, everything was good and fine and dandy, and it was a quality product. I had no idea what was going on. And it's just, it was just the worst feeling in the world. I was making this video, guys, here because I want this to be fixed. I want every single person, if they got faulty merchandise, to get new merchandise or their money back. This is unacceptable. It's not gonna stand here. There's not a chance. I hope to get feedback on that. I hope to resolve the issue for everybody and know and I really do. And I also want to explain why it's going on. There's no merchandise for a while here, definitely, because there's no way I'm still selling through Teespring. Like, we're done. Like, that's over. So I gotta find a new way to do it, and that takes time, right? Like, I gotta get it set up, wait for samples to come all the way up to the bush, see if they're any good. Fuck. I took pride in that shit, you know, like I really did. Now it just looks bad, man. I hate it. Hate it so much. But anyway, guys, thanks for bearing with me on that. I know it's not a pleasant video. Hope I made some sense. I'm sitting here, I'm borderline delirious with COVID. Like, I'm fevered. Fuck. And I'm hoping we can all get that, we can get it figured out for everybody, like I said, and move on. You know, I've learned from this. I have. I did not expect it. It's been frustrating, but sometimes life, I guess, or whatever. So, thanks for watching, guys. All the best, and hope we can get her figured out together, guys. Thanks for watching.